What's going on, YouTube? Oh my goodness. How y'all doing this morning, man? Um, there's been a lot of activity on my comment section, so I really wanted to hurry up and come out this morning and knock one of these joints out. It probably won't even be as long as I normally make my videos. So I did a video on Young Pharaoh and how the brother somebody, I think it was Kev Gills, made a video on him. And like I said, I ain't trying to hate on Kev Gills. I ain't trying to do none of that shit. I'm just saying, like, yo, that particular video, man, I had to question the intentions and what was behind that shit, because it wasn't like you had no type of real evidence to say, you know what I'm saying, what exactly it was that you were saying. Like, I was like, even anybody knows that you can, if you're going to bring somebody in a courtroom or any type of setting like that and be like, yo, I'm accusing you of something. When you take that burden upon yourself, man, like that, it's a big deal, because you have to be able to answer all questions that are specific to that issue. Like, specifics is the point. Like, if I'm accusing you of something, that means I know specifics. And a lot of people in my comment section is asking me, well, what do you mean it doesn't apply? And, well, if you live here, all the laws apply to you, or leave. Like, first off, that's an ultimatum. That's not facts that the laws apply to me. I'll say it like this to help you understand. If I go to a map right now, let's say I go to, we'll pick Idaho. If I go right now to Idaho, and on a map of Idaho, I draw a big ass circle near the bottom and say all this territory is for the Catholic Church. You know what I'm saying? Say I'm a cardinal, and I draw a fucking circle on the map and say all this is for the Catholic Church. This whole section, this whole circle is for the Catholic Church. Now, does that mean factually that everyone who lives in that specific area is indeed a Catholic? Like, you can't, what you guys are missing, what I'm talking about is, I'm going to the rudimentary level of this shit. I'm asking you, how was this obligation to government created? Who created that obligation? Who said, just because I live here, I got to do what these people say? Especially these people who are just like me and you, who went to the same schools, went to the same parties, drunk the same beers, smoked the same weed, humped the same girls or guys if you're a girl, and the whole nine. You did all of this shit, and then one day you decide to get up, go fill out an application in this building over here, and now all of a sudden when you come out of that building, you get to tell other people what to do, and you get to shoot them when you feel threatened and all of that shit. Like, you're not addressing that. You're not addressing the how. Like, I asked him, I think his name was Sam M or something, and I asked him, I said, well, where's the facts and evidence that you have to provide that the laws applies? The first thing he said was, it does, point blank, period. Now, maybe I should have told you guys that I do this a lot, Joe. Like, this is not something that I'm new to. This is not something that I just got on. When I tell you it's been almost a decade, it's been almost a decade. I've heard Supreme Court justices come out and say that there are no facts, that it's a blunt assertion of power. I've heard United States attorneys say the same thing. I've heard city councilmen come out and say, well, if you don't follow our laws, you'll go to jail. That's the facts that it apply. No, that's an appeal to punishment. That's do this or else. That does not mean it applies. It's the same as saying, listen, I keep saying, dog, it's the same as me saying, look, I'm going to break in your house and force you to do whatever I want you to do. I'm going to at gunpoint, I'm going to break in your house and force you to, let's say, cook me a 4-course meal whenever I demand it. When I come in your house and do that and make you do that, force you to do this, now, mind you, if you don't cook this meal, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Alright? If you do not cook me this 4-course, you gotta understand the whole premise to everything. If you don't cook me this 4-course meal, I'm going to shoot you. I'm going to kill you in your kitchen. Let that sink in for a second. Because we have a tendency to think that government isn't do this or else. You keep thinking you're free and that you're making a choice to do some shit. No, the fuck you're not. So I break in your house, demand that a full course meal gets prepared for me. Just because I did this, does my rule really apply, factually apply to you? My rule of full course meal whenever I demand it, whenever I come in here, does that mean it factually applies to you, that rule? Just because I'll hurt you if you don't abide by it? Does that now mean it's a fact that it applies to you? I keep trying to tell y'all, man, they've been running game on you mentally. They mentally fuck you. You got to think more. I hear a lot of brothers and sisters talking about we need to read more. No, we need to think more. We need to contemplate more. We need to weigh situations that are happening on the scales of logic and reasoning. That's what you're not doing. That's why you're not understanding what I'm saying. In your mind, you think, well, if you're born here, then all the laws apply to you. Explain that mechanism. Explain how a baby born 200 years from now, the Constitution applies to them. Mind you, that's a document that was written how long ago? 200 years ago, or whatever the fuck, how old it is now, and it wasn't. And nobody who wrote it even bothered to sign it. No one bothered to sign it. There's nothing specific in it. You don't have facts and evidence that these rules apply to you. They do not exist. That is why if you were asked a lawyer, if you talk to anyone, if you ask the average person, like the people who've been commenting on my section, check yourself. Notice that you're still not providing a fact and or evidence or a witness with personal first-hand knowledge that these things do apply to you, how this obligation was created, and how it is maintained. You cannot say that you owe them a duty of allegiance or a duty of protection because the Supreme Court has already ruled that the police do not have a duty to protect you. Not my opinion. Here at Derek Jones Talks, when you hear me say this is not my opinion, this is fact, or I'm just repeating, that's what I'm doing, so argue with the United States Supreme Court justices. They said the police don't have an obligation to protect you. So therefore, if they don't have an obligation to protect you, you don't have a duty of allegiance to them. How are you a citizen? My daughter tore me up, yo. She got over her cold, y'all. So I took it from her basically. So give me a day or so, I'll be over it. She's back at the indoctrination system right now. Yeah, which is cool because she got me. So, but yeah, this is a quick one. I'm about to stop it. I'm going to do a longer and in-depth one later. But I just want you guys to start, before you comment, think. Think of what fact means. Think of what evidence means. Like, these people got you arguing how much, they say you owe me this much money. And what happens is they get you arguing how much money you do owe them, whether it's 100, whether it's 500. And the point of all of it, you never even address, well, when did I come under this obligation that I owed you money? How did that happen? Like, you got to check the beginning. It's like Jerry Jones can't walk up to me and find me. Why can't he do that? Robert Kraft can't walk up to me and find me. Why? Because I'm not a member of the NFL. I'm not party to what they got going on. If I'm going to be party, I'm going to have to make a conscious agreement to be so, or it's slavery. If someone says do this or else, that's slavery. That's compulsory. Let's do this or you go to a human cage or we'll steal your shit or we'll kill you. So people, I'm going to do another video. This one is just think. Think, when I say facts, evidence, or witness with personal first-hand knowledge, that's what the fuck I mean. Facts, evidence, witness with personal first-hand knowledge. That the code applies to you. Not your opinion, not an appeal to authority, not an appeal to tenure. Like, well, we've been doing this for a long time. That's not a fact. Okay?